Hi, it's Evelyn Ackah from Ackah Law. I wanted to share with you something that recently happened. Somebody that I know who is an American citizen and a Canadian citizen decided to give up her U.S. citizenship and renounce her U.S. citizenship and was on the way to the consulate. And I was just like, wow, what a process, so that she could renounce it and go to the U.S. consulate and no longer be a U.S. citizen, but only be a Canadian citizen. And one of the reasons I think most people do this is because of taxation. You know, when you have to file for tax in Canada and the US, it can be complicated, it can be burdensome. The United States can also access and look at taxing your worldwide income. And I guess this person was no longer really living in the US and was living permanently in Canada and felt, why bother having to experience that and go through that every time? So that's one of the main reasons that people give up their US citizenship. Others, maybe for political reasons, they decide they don't want to be dual, or they don't want to have a US citizenship. If they're taking citizenship somewhere else, they can choose to renounce. And the thing I also want to talk about is it's not a decision to take lightly. Giving up U.S. citizenship is a big deal. You know, it's a big step. It can be emotional. It can be financially challenging. There could be consequences. You still may have to file taxes for a year or two after. I always say I don't give tax advice. I know enough just to be dangerous, so I never give tax advice. But I always refer to outstanding tax people that have expertise in Canadian and U.S. tax and accounting. So if you ever need somebody to talk to think through these issues of, are you going to renounce or not, or even to help you plan with your Canadian U.S. tax filings, give us a call. We'll be able to send you to one of our wonderful colleagues at an accounting and tax firm that can help you with this issue. I've also noticed that there are some firms recently pushing very hard the idea of, are you ready to renounce? Based on the political climate right now in the United States, for some people that may seem like an option. I would just say, don't get caught up in the sensationalism. Take your time, get the advice from everybody related to your investments, to your taxes, to your accounting, to where you're going to live, where your residency situation is going to be like. Don't take it lightly and don't do it on a spur of the moment. You must take your time to make sure you're making the right decision. And if you are thinking about renouncing and you're curious at all about the process and implications, we're happy to talk it through. We have U.S. attorneys that are of counsel at our firm, and they can be the advisors to give you what you need, at least as it relates to immigration and what the process would be. It's not an easy decision. So if you are thinking about renouncing U.S. citizenship, give us a call.